the minutes, meeting minutes, and do the roll call.
Okay, Claudia Luces.
Here.
I'm here. Alicia Jimenez. Liani Antelo. Here. Jacqueline Under. Here. Jessica Mendoza. Anna Soto.
Present.
Haley Prieto. Present.
Okay, we're gonna begin now with the order of, let's look over the order of business. Would anyone like to make any additions, deferrals, or deletions to number 3? We're gonna move on then to number 4, public comments. We have a presentation by the Education Fund. Ariel, it's going to make a quick 3 to 5 minute presentation. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for your time. So I'm here on behalf of the Education Fund. I don't know if many of you are familiar with it. Some of you, I know someone told me, oh, I passed by the warehouse the other day.
Training on Saturday.
Okay. So the Education Fund is basically, this is our 40th year. So this year is having our 40th anniversary supporting innovation and other initiatives within Miami-Dade County Public Schools. We're a direct liaison to the district. And what we do is basically collect private funds to be able to give back to give back to the teachers in the schools. So our different programs, one of them, which is one of the most popular ones, we have a supply warehouse, which is entirely free to teachers. All they have to do is book a shopping appointment, and then it's a point system. They get shopped for 100 points, and it could be anything from, sometimes we'll have monitors and desks for the teachers to take, and sometimes we'll have like supplies, paper, whatever it is that you can think of. We have it there. We have partnerships with Amazon, Michael's, Joann's, and Home Depot, so really anything that you can think of, your teachers will be able to find at the warehouse. One of our other programs is the Idea Expo, which is a teacher conference. It's basically a full day of 4 different workshops that your teachers can sign up for, and it actually happens in Miami Springs High School. It just happened last week, but we do it every year, so we try to promote it as soon as possible. We also have what we call the Taste of Education, which is our own version of South Beach Food and Wine Festival, in which culinary students will be the ones making the food and presenting it to judges. And, in return, it's a competition, and we'll be able to give to the classrooms about $2,000, $2,500 just for them to buy equipment. We actually, Miami Lakes Educational, they always participate and they always do great stuff. That's basically what we do, and we just want everyone to be aware. I know a lot of teachers feel like they need more support and more resources. No one better than you all understand how much you have to stretch whatever little you have. So we're just trying to figure out ways that we can help you, that we can do more for you. We also have programs in which we give grants to the teachers, through stipends, through different grants. They'll be able to get, sometimes it'll be just free money for them to buy supplies for the classroom. Sometimes it'll be money for them to educate themselves in new topics. Like we have a program in which through the civics classrooms, we do podcasts. So the teachers that want to figure out how to motivate the students more while utilizing technology and doing STEM, more STEM integration, then they'll have that. We also have a program which is Food Forest for Schools, and then what we do, and this is mainly elementary through middle school right now, but we create edible forests in the school, which we create a direct integration to STEM subjects. So while the students are learning how to eat better, how to eat healthier, they're also learning math, technology, engineering, and science, and all of that at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass around my business card for you to reach out. I'll get you in touch with anyone. I'm the events and program manager at the Education Fund, but I'll reach out to whatever programs you think that will be beneficial to your teachers. I believe it when I say there's always something that we could do for you. Sometimes we've had schools that simply reach out because they need support for a certain event or for a certain classroom, for a certain initiative. And if financial support is what you need, we're also here to figure out how to do that. So do not hesitate to contact us so we could have you in a roster, and then we could always think of you on whatever you might need. That's pretty much all we wanted to give you for today, but we just wanted to remind you that we're here. We're based out of Miami Lakes, so our offices are right here on Main Street. So who better to be helping than the people, of our town or our community. We also have a program that's called the Teach-a-thon. If you haven't heard of it, business professionals step into classrooms. It's our own version of a career day with a twist. because the whole idea is to create awareness as far as like education goes. And we create fundraising pages for the business professionals that step into the classroom. And through those fundraising pages, whatever buckets of money that we end up getting, they go back to the teachers. So we donate. It's typically an average of like $200 to $300 per year, but it's a stipend that goes direct to the teacher for supplies for the classroom. I mean, it can never hurt to get a little extra money, and the students are exposed to new fields, new careers, new people. It's exciting for them. So thank you very much, and again, reach out for anything you need.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Are there any other public comments from anyone before we begin? Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next item, number 5, the principal's report. I guess last time I think you went around, so we'll start again. Thank you, Dr. Ferdinand.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Ferrer, principal at Miami Lakes K-8 Center. So far, we've had a very smooth opening of the school year. Our enrollment has maintained from last year, so we're happy about that. We just completed our FAST PM1 a couple weeks ago, and also our iReady AP1 diagnostic assessment. And we've also just completed the first round of data chats with our teachers, just making sure that we are monitoring the data and meeting the students where they're at to develop an action plan. We are implementing the vocabulary and communications course once again this school year. Last year, we actually had very successful results when the students took the PSAT. They did very well. We had 81% of the students that took the test meet both benchmarks. So basically, 81% of the students scored in the 75 percentile or higher in 8th grade, which is wonderful. Let's see. We have added an additional elective this school year to our middle school, in addition to all the myriad of electives that we currently have. We have 25 electives currently in middle school, and we added entrepreneurship and business leadership skills. So, you know, the students and parents are excited about that. Our school has achieved the Platinum STEAM designation, which we're very happy about that. You achieve that once you're gold designated for 5 consecutive years. So this is the first time that our school has achieved this. There's only 10 schools in the district that have this recognition. We also continue with the Everglades Foundation program, and we're also a gold designated school in that category. We submitted the information for the Green Schools Challenge, and we have the recognition event that's coming up soon. So we're hoping that we do have some recognition in that area as well, continuing with our whole STEAM overall initiative. We have started interventions since week 2 of school. So our students in tier 2 and tier 3 have been receiving consistent interventions in class during intervention time. We had Grandparents' Day breakfast, we've had Donuts with Dad, we just had the trunk or treat, which have all been very successful. We've had our students participating in the pumpkin patch field trip. You know, they're walking over there, we're in close distance, so they can walk over there. And they've been having a great time as well. We have a family night scheduled now for next Monday, the 28th, with our school board member, Mr. Alonso, and Senator Rene Garcia. And I know the town is also sponsoring, Mr. Dieguez is also sponsoring some pizza or some events with that. So we'll have a speaker that night. So we're hoping for a good turnout. Our United Way activities are underway. We have our Spirit Week scheduled, also Red Ribbon Week. So October is packed, jam-packed on the calendar. There's not even a space in my little boxes to enter anything else. Our debate club has already participated in 2 events this school year. They've also, they just had one this Saturday, also had awards they placed in several of the categories. So we're excited about that. They also participated in the Constitution Day at the town. Our students came and they had a great time. Our teachers applied. We had several teachers apply for the town education grant. So, we're excited in reference to that. Hopefully they do get paid, some of them. Our tutoring will begin now at the beginning of November. We're just finalizing, sending out letters and finalizing just the different details. So we are going to be offering tutoring starting in November. We have our career day also coming up in November. Holiday show preparations underway. And I think that's about all for us.
So you got
Oh, wait,
I'm just gonna hit on the same. We're doing the same.
You guys have to do.
We're doing the same thing.
What you said, what she said, what he said.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now that high schoolers are bullying us. Just think.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Yesenia Martinez, principal of Bobham Education Center. I'm proud to again say that we earned the highest points as an A school in all District 4 schools. We have the highest A. Our A is 707 points. So that includes like all the schools in Hialeah and Miami-Dade. It was our 19th consecutive year we've earned an A rating. We've never received anything other than an A, and we are one of the only 2 schools in Miami-Dade County Public Schools who has maintained an A rating consecutively for so long. The other school is an elementary school, and it is Pinecrest Elementary School. So we are one of those 2 schools. We are the #1 K-8 school in the district with the number of books we've signed out from our media center in the 23-24 school year. We are finally going to become a STEAM designated school. It's something that the teachers always do, but they're always like so intimidated in applying, you know, it's like you're already doing it and you have the artifacts just, so we finally got them, you know, they're gonna do it. So we're finally gonna go for it. So we're gonna be calling you then for some
Yes.
advice because you're an expert.
Of course.
So we're finally gonna do that. We also participated in Constitution Day. We're a Title I school this year for the first time ever. So we have some extra funds that we've been able to provide additional electives at our school. Provide an additional teacher. We have 2 interventionists, one at the middle school. Besides the fact that, of course, the teachers provide interventions within their blocks, we provide additional interventions, one at the elementary level and one at the middle school level. It's really hard when you have an elementary and a middle school. It's kind of a challenge. We are offering additional courses. We're offering geometry and biology this year. And as additional electives at our school, as well as dance and advanced dance, computer science, journalism, drama, band and advanced band, which we have a great partnership with the high school next to us because, sorry, he likes to take my band kids. Yeah. Vocabulary, which of course we are offering the vocabulary course. We use all of our resources that you make possible. And we're very appreciative of that to provide the additional resources that they need to integrate into the curriculum. We are also offering art and advanced art, music, PE, law studies, which are law studies participating in competitions. We've expanded our community school. So now we used to offer only dance, girls soccer and chorus through community school. Now we have chess and we have cheer, girls volleyball and boys flag football. So we're expanding our community school. Our chorus performed the national anthem at the opening of schools superintendent's address, and they will be performing it again at the December board school meeting. We have our truck or treat coming up tomorrow. It's a lot of fun. Again, just like Ferrer, October, like there are no more days left in the calendar. Every day there's something, and even since school started, like and Fathers in Education Day and so many PTSA events. So we continue to be busy and with lots of shows, you know, including bands and dance and cheer and what have you. So we're busy as well. We also used our STEM supplies. So thank you also for the STEM money. We used the entire, we're like $2 short from using the entire $5,000. Those were used for a competition, you know, for the registration. So competitions are very costly, as well as the supplies, you know, to work on those robots and everything that they have to do with technology. So thank you. And our enrollment has basically stayed the same. It's always a wash down, but we've maintained, and we're very lucky that we've been able to maintain a solid K-8, another K-8 in our community. So proud to represent them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Manny Sanchez, principal of Barbara Goldman Senior. This year we had the highest point total in the history of the school, 72% of the points. We had the first time in the history of the school, we had a girl have an AA at the end of her junior year. So she started her senior year with her AA. She came to me with I know you got accepted to the school. She goes, no, I graduated in AA. I'm like, we have 4 Pressbridge finalists. We have 1 National Merit semifinalist, and we have 1 Posse finalist. We've done our impact review and our data chats. We also had the highest amount of AP tests in the past 20 years. We gave out 2,400 tests and had highest passing rate as well, so it was a good balance of both things. We did our college fair last Thursday. We had over 50 colleges, university, technical schools, and military. I think Miami Lakes Tech was there as well. We hosted a sophomore, junior, and senior night. Normally we did the parent night just for seniors. And then we say, you know, we gotta set them up their junior year. And then we say, you know what, we gotta set them up their sophomore years. Freshmen, we can't do anything with them. They're just lost. So we'll just wait. They gotta figure it out, you know what I mean? They really do gotta figure it out. And then we'll come and help them out. This is homecoming. Today was Disney, tomorrow's Icon, Wednesday's Rio, and our pep rally, and our football game. Thursday is Surfer Biker Day, and Friday is our favorite, anything but a backpack. That's when you can take your books with anything but a backpack. They all want to bring their little brothers and their dogs, and the rule is you can't bring anything that's alive. So if not, we'd have all kinds of animals.
And then they roll trash can too.
Trash can, they'll bring that stuff, and that's fine. You know, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Saturday is the dance. If anybody would like to come, it's $90. We have it wasn't free. I mean, you gotta pay. We have 600 kids going, so it's gonna be a big dance. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Our Magnum Fair is coming up Thursday, November 14th for the parents. That's the first one. The second one will be in December. So far, I think we have a little bit over 400 something applications. We added another 150 computer lab stations to the school because now AP testing is going to be digital. PSAT is digital, so it's putting a heavy load on the digital stuff. And also they're different where they have to be 3 feet apart, every other computer. So we found the need to add more. We're going to add more Wi-Fi to areas like the gym and whatnot to be able to accommodate all of that. We added a dominoes club, pickleball club, swimming is a district, football will hopefully make the playoffs. We had a rough game on Monday, but we're gonna win today. We have an animal rescue club, in case you have an animal that needs rescue. We had a student Eagle Scout dedicate a art gallery in the media center to Ofren Arachiaga, who was a graduate from Goldman who was killed in Iraq, I believe it was. And so he did that, actually it was last week.
Justin Correa.
Justin, and our enrollment's steady. We're at 102% capacity. We're like 2,950 kids, a tick lower, but our senior classes, this is the COVID class that we couldn't recruit the year after the half in, half out year. That was nuts. So this is our smallest class by far, like 500 kids. Everybody else is in the 800s to 900s. That's where we're going.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we're having a trunk or treat now. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm really gonna keep it short, stay true to that. Yesenia Fernandez, Principal of Miami Lakes Educational Center. No longer Miami Lakes Educational Center and Technical College, as you may have already learned. There's a split between the two schools, and so I'm not sure if someone from the college should be reporting to the EAB. That's something for you guys to decide, but I want to put that on your plate, okay? So this summer we did score the highest A as well in school history with 78% of the total points earned. Our enrollment is up about 60 students. We're at 1110. We are at 312 applicants for the magnet program. Next year we intend on bringing in about 350 or so freshmen. Last year we had almost 1,500 applicants for 350 seats, so that's pretty good. We are extended as a gold designated schools. This is the 8th year in a row. Mr. Carranza is looking at potentially, once we hit year 10, if we hit, or when we hit year 10, having like diamond will be the next after platinum, like a diamond designated. Principal gets a gold watch, I hear. At this time, we have almost all seniors are ready to graduate. There's 2 seniors that still owe the ELA exam, and so we're working diligently to make sure that those students pass one of the opportunities that they have. We, you know, like Goldman, we had our impact review. We conducted data chats for those departments. We had a college fair / senior night last Thursday. The turnout was fantastic. And then we have a Harvest Fest coming up October 5th. We continue to recruit. This is recruitment season for us. We had 4 middle schools come out and join us on Friday from Miami Lakes K-8. The kids were great. Hialeah Middle School, Henry Reeves was out there. Palm Springs Middle was out there. And we do have a showcase coming up. I believe it's December 7th, but don't quote me on that.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Maria Medina, principal at Miami Lakes Middle. I've done pretty much a little bit of everything, the data chats, et cetera. But this year, one of the things that we're doing for the first time is that we are offering chemistry, Algebra 2, and AP Spanish. We had a population that was ready to go down that road, and they have been very successful after the first grading period, so we're very happy with that. Our legal studies project citizens over the summer received a superior in their national competition, so we're very proud of that. Our sports, we're doing soccer, cross country, and next week we start volleyball. We're in the process right now of doing articulation. Last week we had about 800 students come through the school. On Wednesday and on Friday, elementaries, promoting our 2 magnet programs, the Cambridge and the legal studies. Our enrollment is stable, and so we need to maintain that movement of articulation, being the fact that, we are a traditional middle school and we really don't get a lot of students from the Miami Lakes area. Most of our students come from outside the boundary. We had our data chats with our departments. Our teachers have had student data since the beginning of the school year. We broke down all the data and gave it to them so that they at least know what students they're working with and how they did over that last school year. And so that's beneficial because they already know their students. They're able to start working with them and their deficiencies. And when the kids come in, the teachers have a good idea of who is there in their classrooms. We too did Donut with Dad. We didn't do the grandparent thing. But Friday, we will be having our 3rd annual haunted house that we do every year. We did Spanish Heritage last week, which was very nice. Our parents were very happy. We had about 300 parents come to the evening show. And so the students really did a great showcasing. We are running the vocabulary class, Miss Mazarana, whose data is doing very well. And our attendance is averaging 97%, something that we specifically started to work with this school year. So we're really trying to maintain, that's one of our goals and one of our areas is making sure that kids are in school. And that's Miami Lakes.
Good afternoon, proud principal at Hialeah Miami Lakes Senior High School. Like my colleague said, ditto, ditto, ditto. Last week we had a very successful senior night. Tomorrow we have a junior night. On Wednesday we have an ELL night. Where we share the information, the expectations of high school. It's a lot, like my colleague said, of teaching the parents of exactly what the expectations is in this new educational system. So we had a wonderful turnout. My kids walked over to a elementary school that was having their haunted house and trunk or treat, and my drama kids dressed up and they were like the entertainment. My students collected candy for the trunk or treat as well. Very active. Milton kind of hurt my homecoming week because the kids didn't get to dress out 2 of the days. The football game got canceled, but they were able to have their dance. So, that was a silver lining in that week of Milton. I'm at 1360, which is up, so I'm maintaining, I'm continuing to grow. Something exciting that happened this week is that I have the magnet office at HML, and we are gonna have the planetarium, which you've heard about. But now it's in the process of writing several grants with aerospace engineering. And they're gonna be able to fund a lot of the items that we're gonna do, where the students will be leaving HML with different certifications that they can go right into the workforce. We will have our impact review this week. That's where we're looking at the data, looking at the teachers. I have some colleagues coming from neighboring high schools to walk my classrooms. We've had the data chats. So we'll see, our students are very needy, and then we're providing interventions, after school tutoring, So we're looking to close the gap so I can be where my colleagues are at multiple years being in A school. That's the goal. Okay,
Well, thank you so much.
no problem.
Do any of you have any special requests or things you want to tell us that you might need for this year? Anticipating?
Well, I know some of my, like, Dr. Ferris said, some of our teachers, signed up for the grant, so hopefully we can get that, and I know you've been very good to my teachers, and I want to thank you on your behalf, because it does go a long way.
Anybody else? With that, I think you guys, I don't think you want to stay for a whole meeting, so thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Before you leave, we're gonna discuss this later, but we're thinking of doing a spelling bee, and we kind of wanted to run that by you. You want to talk a little bit more about the spelling bee? We're gonna discuss it a little bit more, but go ahead, yeah.
It's, our target audience is mostly for sixth graders, because we can only do them on Lakes and obviously there's 2 elementary schools. So we were first thinking of 5th graders, now we're thinking of 6th graders to make it more inclusive to more grades and more schools. We're currently in the process of figuring out the rules and all that, but if you guys would be interested in participating, it would be the preliminary at your schools before winter break, and then we would have it at town hall in like January, February, and then that person who wins the spelling bee would be recognized at town hall at the town council meeting and have like a reward.
A little trophy.
A little trophy.
Would you guys be receptive to that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll keep you posted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
That made me a smile, you make it a big shot.
All the time. I was gonna say, you like. Bye, Dr. Sanders.
Is she coming by the?
Will come by, I just don't know. Yeah, I think. Is it 5 or 5:30?
Well, it starts right out. It's really one continuous meeting, but if anything, I could just kind of have her talk at the end. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you.
This meeting, Ariel. We all have your card. So we'll definitely
Okay,
be in touch.
Yeah,
Thank
we're literally right there. We're 2 blocks away. And actually, so before working for the education fair, I worked at Matter Lake. So I was the one that producing podcast for the mayor.
Oh. Okay, thank you so much.
I'll be in touch, Mr.
Yeah,
Thank you. Nice
thank
meeting
you.
you all.
Okay, we're now gonna move on to the next item, our student member report, Haley.
So I'm gonna be contacting the schools again in November, just to follow up with what we talked about last time. As of right now, they're just working on their heads up on their own, the heads up thumbs down campaign, awareness, and they're looking into different drives. I have been in contact with them and everything has been smooth sailing. I'll give you guys more information once I do meet with them.
But you had sent us an email, October 3rd. I have it here. You said that Public Safety Committee now is actually putting money towards this campaign.
Yeah, they're producing a video,
Uh-huh.
with one of our officers,
Mhm.
and that's already in the works.
Well, let me let Officer Amador know, because he was let me text him, because he wanted to come back to be part of the meeting, because he had
Okay.
some stuff he wanted to tell us, so let me, now that you said that, let me just message him very quickly. Let him know
I mean,
you're ready.
I know that the students, you've already been working with the
Yeah,
students, so they
they
can
were already working
continue
on it.
doing it.
I
I
just
think at
did
this
the
point, it
next
would
school.
be more of a.
Yeah,
Just
like
a
yeah,
school
for the-
initiative,
yeah.
and then not something that would be for us to share with the whole town.
Yeah,
Because we're already gonna have one.
Yeah, and then we also had another question. We also put that the collaboration between schools and the businesses. You want us to talk to the Economic Development Committee.
Yes.
So is that something that Haley is supposed to do as a student representative, or is that something I should be?
If
doing?
it's something that the EAB wants to take on,
Mhm.
which sounded like you guys did,
Mhm.
that's fine, but it's something that one of you, it doesn't have to be the entire committee, one of you it could be Haley too, she can just go to the Economic Development
Mhm.
Committee and talk to them to see if there's any ideas
The
where
partner.
you guys can collaborate with that.
Right.
And they
Do
also
you
work
want to
with
do it?
the
Or you want me to give that
chamber.
to somebody else?
yeah, I could do that. If anything, I was also like listening to the educational fund And then they said that they had a supply
it
warehouse, so
sounded
if
like-
anything, instead of doing local businesses, we can collaborate.
And it sounded like he did something with businesses too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so if
businesses
anything,
get
we can use
involved.
them.
Contact them, I would do both. You
Yeah,
can both and see what you can do. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was clear on that, because I wasn't sure that was something I had to contact. Okay, so anything else with the student member report? So we're gonna have another meeting in November, a Zoom meeting. Do you have a date yet or no?
no, I do not.
Well, we
But it would be separate, like, with
Yeah,
that,
but I would like if
So it
any,
wouldn't
of-
be a committee.
it wouldn't be.
well, I was at the last one. I wouldn't mind if
Well, that was
anybody else
the, well, that was the one with the committee,
Yeah.
but this one is separate, like just me and the student.
Oh, that's what you're doing
Yeah,
on Zoom.
So that's just
Okay,
me and the
okay.
students, you know?
Yeah, so then if it's just,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
just,
not a.
so the next live one will be the one at the end of the year. It'll be
Yes.
the final.
So you
one.
let me know when to schedule.
Yeah, that one, hopefully, some of you guys can make it. That would be great. We'll all here together.
Yeah,
Okay.
just meeting with them and then I come back to you guys, you know, it doesn't have to be with the town necessarily.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to item 7, the approval of the minutes. So there's 3 minutes. Cornelius had to do the last 2 minutes because Jessica's been injured. And Mike is doing today's, yeah. So if you guys can look over and then we'll have somebody, motion to approve the minutes. Let me turn it on.
You wanna do it individually?
Or
I'll do it individually. We
It's
can
however you guys
collectively do it.
want.
We can do it collectively. So we don't have to vote.
Just make the motion together again.
If anything, through the chair, you can always open up for the comments later when.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You see. The Angel Parent Night, yeah, we didn't do that. We're gonna talk about Angel Parent. Night.
I mean, they were saying that they do that.
That they do that, you
Yeah,
know?
I think I heard it.
think they have
from-
parent nights.
That's
like,
what
they all
I'm
have
saying, so
parent
that
nights,
doesn't
yeah.
have to.
No, this is just what we, this is just minutes of what we discussed. It's
Right,
not what's
so-
gonna have, it's gonna get done, whether we've got them or doesn't get done. I'll move them. Okay, somebody second?
Second.
Okay, everyone in favor? Aye. Okay, so, minutes have been approved. Okay, now we're gonna move on to, item 8, old business. So for the spelling bee, do we have any new updates on the spelling bee? You said we have to present it
Yes.
on October 29th. That would be another.
Yes.
So October 29th, we have to go before the council meeting. I have to go, and does anybody have to go with me or do I go by myself?
So, usually it's just the chair that reports, the committee is allowed to go, obviously.
If anybody wants to come, to support and help me.
Um,
Always will be there, you know.
So that's what's
Sure.
in your agenda packet is, your drafted report to council.
Mhm.
So if you guys, well, some of you are new, I think, that's what I put in the email, so usually the committees go twice a year to report to council, just some things you guys are working on.
Mhm.
You know, just an update on the committee, what you're working on, what you need support on, if there's any requests for any new events. Or initiatives, that's
Like the
also the
tournament.
opportunity to
To
make
bring it
that
up.
request, so it just happens to align perfectly.
Mhm.
Now for me to include you guys to the council agenda, I do need minutes, which is why I would need the minutes
By
by
Wednesday,
Wednesday, the
because we need
latest,
to
yeah.
stay.
And then if you guys have to review the report and see if you're okay with what it looks
The
like.
report's on page 17.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very basic right now, but we can just, I just wanna make sure we discuss the spelling bee, so I know what
Yeah.
to tell the council when we go,
Yeah.
when I go before the council.
Yeah, you wanna go with full details as to what you're.
What we
you know,
wanna do
you're
for the
asking
spelling bee, so. Any updates on the spelling? I can't just say we wanna do a spelling bee, we have to like have some sort of specifics. I don't remember what we were supposed to, because it wasn't me, but I know.
Oh,
So we were gonna give them a list of words and all of that, but
To the
we,
schools.
yeah, I mean, we have to give them more words.
Mhm. Okay,
So do you want me to come up with like specific details for spelling bee? That's okay.
So, because when I presented on Thursday, I was saying something, I don't know. what to say. I know we wanna have the schools do it like we told them before.
The preliminary will be housed at their
At
school.
their schools, and then once they. After that, we're gonna do it here, when did we say, January or February?
We say January.
Between
At the end of January,
Uh-huh.
January
End of
28th.
January,
So
January.
they're gonna fall on your birthday.
I know, yes, thank you.
I have-
It takes a
The
bit.
20th.
Tell me, yeah, I have Friday,
Yeah.
January 24th is what I have held.
Yeah, yeah, Friday, January 24th, it would be here,
And here in
held
council
here in
chambers.
council chambers. Our committee would provide the, what do you call it, the award, like the actual trophy, can we have money to purchase that or?
Well,
Oh,
you
that's what
guys
I
have
asked
money
for.
under, you have money under
Under
events.
events.
I don't know that they're gonna give you additional money
Additional funding.
if you wanna ask.
So
If
to
you
give
guys
it
have
So it's a
some
time
guys-
to ask,
We have to keep in mind for the,
But yes, you just have to keep in mind that if you are using your funding now, then whatever other events you may have,
mhm.
all comes from that same.
So we could ask them for, do you wanna ask them for funding, guys, and how much should we ask them for to purchase the award? How much do you want?
Are we only gonna give to like the first prize winner? 'Cause
It's gonna be a trophy, or is it gonna? We can make it whatever we want it to be, guys, you have to. tell
It'd
me
be cool if we
something.
just like a trophy that like, just like, you know how like the football teams, like the C trophy, it's like a trophy.
That
that
travels
just
to the
carries-
school.
Travels, it's like, make it like like a community tradition,
Probably trophy, okay.
maybe make one nice one.
I just have a question, with the preliminary. How many, are you limiting it to any children or how many?
Sixth grade. Sixth
Well,
grade.
sixth grade, but how many sixth graders do you, are you limiting like, okay, to 10 top, your 10 top 10 students of each school? Or are you going?
I think
to just
so. I think
open
it should be one for every.
The way they used to do it back in my day, which was a long time ago,
it.
was they would do it in class, like the grade level would do it in class, and then the top X amount from the class would go on to compete
Exactly,
for the school, and then, but we don't, yeah, we have to figure out like how many
how many?
from the school would be the team for the school.
Exactly.
So what number do you guys think?
Top 10 or top?
Oh, I would say top five.
Five.
Because 10 sounds like a lot.
That could
we
be
have
the
it for
the preliminary.
Yeah, at house at
Yeah.
their facility and then
So
top
and
five
then from
team.
there, from those top, from the 10, then select the five.
Exactly.
And that would give us 15.
Well, now we give us 15 because there's 3 schools. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you want to recognize those students and maybe create like a little certificate,
like a
which
little-
really
yeah.
doesn't
Cost
cost
anything.
anything.
Top five
Certificate,
certificates.
Where they can be recognized that they participated.
So we do the top 5
think that's great.
certificates.
Everybody gets a
Exactly.
participation certificate.
Exactly. Oh, we'll do participation certificates and then we do the top 5 certificates. Haley can do those. Those are not hard for her to do on camera. And then the 15 will be invited to compete. Will we notify or how do we, I'm trying to think, how do we notify the schools then? Or would they
The
notify
schools
us?
would have to notify you, maybe if I give
would
them a
make that
deadline
choice.
by X date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
they
we
can
can,
provide the names.
once it's approved on my end, I can send an email to intergovernmental and ask them, whatever the 3 schools are.
Those 3 schools, the 3
And let
here.
them know,
Mhm.
hey, we're having this, the principals were here at the meeting and they agreed to host a preliminary or a spelling bee. We're asking them to make teams, whatever, some of those teams of 5.
Mhm.
This is gonna be the date and we need to know whatever.
By this
We need to know by this date.
should we do December 19th since the last like day of school
Before
before winter
before the
break?
break. Way before that, I think.
Way before that?
Well, no, but they're gonna do it like right around that time, isn't that? when they're
Yeah.
doing it?
It's probably a good time for them to do it. Cause it's
So
lighter.
they should send us the names by what, like the first week of January?
You're asking for the names of the students that are gonna make the team?
The
They're
top
gonna
5.
come,
Yeah, the
they're
top
gonna come
fives.
compete.
They're gonna
No,
come
like
compete.
before, I would say before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
December
You need
19th,
to plan.
December 12th.
So what do you guys think?
So this is the day before break.
Do you guys need the names? I'm just curious, do you need the names?
We don't need the names for them to compete though, that's what I'm saying, it doesn't matter to
No,
us,
but-
and we just would like to know what's, you know.
But it'd be nice to have like a little program that's.
Yes, cause to do a program,
Yeah,
that would
do
be
the
nice, a
program.
little program,
Because
okay,
then you go
program.
into the break, so then it doesn't.
And we go into the
You
break
don't
and
get
we don't get anything. And then when we come back from the break,
So
it's just
December 19th.
by the deadline.
before.
I would say before, like
Because that's
December.
getting close to.
Let me look at the calendar.
Yes.
Let's do the week
It gets
before,
wild.
December
Yeah.
13th?
December 13th, Friday,
Yeah.
December 13th, they should submit the names by then for the program. And then, we had said again, January 24th? 24th, that was a Friday. So that gives me, when we come back from the break, we have like a month to get do you have a company that you use for those like big kind of awards? Do you have only?
Yeah, we've used a couple. I can give you the names of
So
the
I
ones
can
you
get
guys have
that?
used and the ones that we've used for the other committees, and whatever is cheaper.
Water is cheaper and get like a trophy
Or
size.
whatever
You
you
guys
want.
wanted to look any particular way? or-
Nice.
you
Have a
wanted-
bee, like,
These are cute.
I was gonna say.
Some sort of a bee?
That would be
You gotta
good.
feel cute.
A bee. Do you want it to be like gold or like a?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it has to be the ones that have like a place for the little plaque so they can have their
Yes,
names.
like the multiple.
I
So you could put every year.
Perfect. Perfect. We'll look into that. Cause I'm just, so should I ask the council for like money for this? Or how much do you think a trophy like that will cost? I have no idea.
$50 tops.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Okay.
Okay.
I think
So
that
then
you have.
We don't need to ask for
Yeah.
money.
Oh, I think it's more than $50 though.
It is.
I think it's 80.
Yeah.
Maybe 100.
How big? Closer to 200.
Yeah.
In theory.
Look
it's
at how
expensive.
big do you want it?
And that's, I mean,
Well, I mean, it can be small if we're gonna have the little plaques.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And a one figure like 200.
Maybe
you can get the
150, we can ask
trophy
them for
and then
150.
certificate.
Yeah, $200.
$200?
$200.
$200, we can get a nice.
Yeah.
We can
No,
get, we
that's
can get, I mean, if anything, we
Just
get
look at it
medals
right
and
now.
trophy for the second place and third. Are we
Exactly.
doing second and third place winners? No, but I mean, for the day, like out of those 15, the top one gets a trophy, but.
I think everybody should get a.
so I'm seeing
certificate.
$6.99, you know.
Okay, so just one, the big one for,
You
and,
lost, buddy.
yeah, so the big one gets one, that's it, the losers get.
They get the-
You're getting it. Yeah.
Yeah, right, how much do you
A
think?
nice one.
I think it's gonna be like 150 to 200, so $200. So you want me to, so everybody's in agreement that I ask them for $200?
Yes,
Yeah.
we don't have it in the, we don't have that in the budget.
You guys have an
Sure.
events line item,
How much is in events?
1,000, which is the same.
Nothing, and we need that for EAB. The words at the end of the year, the words, we're gonna get donations hopefully, but, sponsorship, but we don't know, I don't wanna.
So
It sounds like a
I hear.
fair amount.
No,
See, look,
200
so
sounds
like
like
the
fair
tea
amount.
trophy.
yeah, that's a.
How much
is that
trophy, no,
one?
That's a lot,
it's gotta be.
That's-
thousands of dollars.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge, that's huge.
But like half of that, you need.
And that's like
Yeah.
$100?
No, so. we're-
Unless you don't do that and you just, but then it's kind of like.
You should have one award, at least one.
Yeah, one big. I
No,
think
but I'm
two-
saying like, you don't, like, you just, the trophy just trap, but then it's like, you're not memorializing it. Like that, you memorialize it,
Yeah.
you won, like.
You wanna do like the Stanley Cup?
You have to go around.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll sit around.
There you go.
That's actually kind of.
You could do like Stanley Cup version of it.
Okay, so $200, that's what everybody agreed on, I'm
Yes,
gonna ask
get
for
the
that,
name
and
agreed.
then you're gonna give me all those little details. and
I
all
wanna
those
make
little
sure
things.
that you guys are in agreement, in case they don't approve
Agreed.
the additional funding.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys willing to use it from your funding?
We'll try to, I'll try to see if I can get a sponsor or somebody to sponsor it. I'll hit up.
I
somebody.
just wanna know in case,
That I'm good.
so that we process with it, so that if I, if I get an invoice, I know that I have direction from the board that you guys do wanna move forward with that
Yeah,
purchase
yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, we'll find a way to get them, we'll have to,
I can reach out to Zoe Prieto.
yeah.
She's still
calling.
I have her number.
Can you guys make a motion to like, that you're, whatever, wanna spend up to X amount of dollars on
Okay. Do I do the motion or anybody? can
anybody,
take it?
whoever wants?
Anybody?
I-
Okay, I'll make a motion that we have agreed as a board to spend $200, no more than $200 on this trophy. We're gonna ask the council on the 29th, if they do not approve of the $200, we will still move forward with trying to get funding for that, for that.
I second that.
And everybody else say?
Any other
Aye.
The 29th is a Thursday?
The
It's a
January.
Friday?
wait,
No, October 29th.
October
Oh,
29th.
oh, October 29th is this Thursday, remember?
So that's when you're
No,
gonna.
no,
no,
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday, sorry, next Tuesday.
So that's when you're gonna.
Out of here,
Yes. you can
I'll
come
come.
yeah, please. So the 29th. Okay, so then that's all, and you're gonna give me all the details with her. No,
Okay,
by
can I,
next Tuesday,
can I
by next
send that
Tuesday.
information to her or I send it to you first?
At this point, it's not a non-voting matter.
So it's fine,
Okay.
so you can send it to me.
Okay.
By Monday, Jack, you have to.
If you
20
want to send it to me.
No problem. I'll
You
send
can
it to
see
you.
her,
and have
yeah, I
her-
can see her.
Yeah,
By the 20th.
I'll send it to Io and have her forward it to
Yeah.
you. I do not want to break any state laws. Thank you very much.
Okay, with that being, any other, anything else with that? No, okay,
I just
so,
wanna show you the Stanley Cup for the spelling. It has little labels. You could actually just engrave.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
cute.
what
Yeah.
the tea
how
trophy
much
is.
is that?
This, oh, you get 10% off.
Mm.
This one's, it's 150.
Oh, okay.
It's
I think
24
Yeah,
inches tall.
Can you send me that, or send it to Iowa?
You guys have any like
Thank you,
indication
thank
of
you,
where you
Claudia.
can purchase from or whatever?
No, the committees are actually exempt from procurement, so you guys are.
Or just comments?
Now, at our school,
Yeah.
in schools, we can't.
It's just the committee, everybody else
Okay.
is up.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Yes, and if you guys find anything on your own that you like, also send it to me and, yeah. Okay, so we're not gonna move on to the next order of business, item 8B, the book drive. I don't remember what else with drive.
Where are the books?
That was a student thing, no?
Yes,
going to-
yes, they are work.
I don't remember. I think that was.
Well-
So we discussed the books, how we had the money to spend, which I believe we have spent. the
Oh, I
money.
don't know if it's a book drive. Yeah, but we did
Spend the money.
place the order for the
Place the
books.
order.
And then we discussed having the student government organizations run a book drive so that we
Yeah.
would have more books and not
I'll
have to
get to
spend
your
the money.
item For November.
I'll circle
please.
it.
Book drive November, SGA. Okay, so that'll be discussed on the books, so they can donate some new books. Okay, and then now we're gonna
I
move
always
on.
send
Yeah.
it to you. Let me know if you received
I
it.
got it.
Okay.
Now to item 8C, elections. Now, I know Jessica's not here. I think you wanted to say something, Claudia, about November. You were thinking of, that you're not gonna be coming back?
I don't know
Okay. you
if
will
there's
also-
gonna be anyone who would sponsor, just because I'm Maryland's appointee and Maryland terms out now, October the 29th will be her last meeting. So,
But does that mean, I'm confused, when a council person terms out, that means that that person has to get replaced?
The person that replaces that spot,
Uh-huh.
the new council member, really, they start off with that appointment.
Uh-huh.
So Claudia would continue on.
Mhm.
However, council members are allowed to remove anybody.
Exactly.
Oh,
But we don't, like, I can't give you that decision. for you.
yeah, neither one of us
If
can,
she
but the
wa-
possibility does exist that I could be replaced by someone else, because that council person will bring someone in that they know and put them in this position. So that does exist.
Do you, and I'm sorry, because
Mhm.
those numbers confuse me. Do you know if her seat's the one that's already filled or is the one that they're going up for?
I think that's the one that they're going up for.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
So so that could go either way.
Okay, got it.
That's the
Wait,
one
no,
that
but-
Mario
yeah.
and.
Oh, Mario
And Angelo.
Angelo.
Okay.
Are all going up. again.
Yeah.
But if they're okay, whoever wins is okay with keeping you, do you want to stay or do you just?
I guess
want-
that's a possibility, yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
won't know.
Yeah, but we
So
won't know,
our-
so don't, that's why I
yeah,
didn't
so
take
our
a
late- so
t-shirt,
our
I didn't do
November-
anything
so
just
our-
because
Yeah.
She wants to.
But we'll hopefully
Yeah.
have an answer by our November, end of
Yeah,
November meeting.
that's
Should
it.
know.
they
Well,
have,
You'll know by the event.
But, cause
yeah,
the
by the,
elections are
yeah,
November
but no,
5th,
but
we
even
have our
then,
meeting at
it-
the end
you
of
know, by
November.
the time they start appointing people, they have a window, I think it's a 60-day window to do the replacement, so they have some time.
You mean to repeat for the, no, so my understanding is that they can, it's actually at any point.
Yes,
The
that is,
elected
yeah,
officials can at any point, like right now,
They
even
can
without
remove
this
whoever they want.
race going on, like they could remove you or, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They, at any moment.
as long as it's that person, yeah, removing you, like if it's your own council person removing you, you can, yeah.
But you think hopefully you'll have an answer for us by the end of November, maybe not.
You know, yeah, it's, it's not up to her.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Jessica will be here, she said, I think in November, I think, is that what she said in the,
I think she said
I
November.
mentioned November.
Yeah, she'll
She
be
said
here in
she mentioned November, so, are we gonna have, so elections for everything, so all new?
So all elections to the committees happen in January.
Yeah,
Unless
so in
somebody's resigning
January.
as their position, yeah.
Okay, so in January, we could vote to have a new chair, and new secretary, and then, okay. So we still have November, December, okay. So if anybody is thinking about it, please, put that out there, if anybody wants to chair, but I'm perfectly fine with that as well, otherwise I'll keep going up, but anybody can take.
Did you change that position? Because Hector was here not a long time ago, right?
Yeah, but he ran for office, so then he resigned while he was running for office, and then he didn't come back, and then Mario
Mario's not running for
took
office.
over, and then now he's running for office, and then he can't come, he's not gonna come back. So I filled in, you know, but if somebody else really wants to do it, that's.
It's all yours.
Gee, thanks.
For 1 year? 1 year that you've been, not that much.
No, not that much, no, yeah, not that much, yeah, I forget, I don't remember last time, yeah. So, but we'll continue, either way, I'm gonna put this out there because these are, I want some transparency, and there is some rumors going about, I don't know what validity these rumors have. that this might be one of the committees they're gonna cut anyway after the November elections, that's what I've heard. So I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but that's what I've heard. But, and the reasoning behind that is that, some people think that the council can do this, what we're doing, they can do it
Other council
themselves.
is-
Well, the town staff, excuse me, could do this on their own, and they don't really need us to do any of this. That's what I'm hearing, so I don't know if even we'll have this board after, I don't know, after November, a lot of insecurity is going on, so. But-
meeting, so.
That's what I'm hearing, so I don't even know. I think this committee serves a good service for the community.
And we're
I think
just
it's
getting
always-
started,
We're just
and
getting
we're-
started,
yeah,
and
we're-
a lot of us are new, and I think we have a lot of initiatives and things we wanna do. So I hope they don't cut us, but that's kind of what I've been hearing, so I don't know.
And we work for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
volunteer.
it's not money.
But it's, no, for them, they say that it would be cheaper supposedly to not have it, so that they can do it themselves or whatever.
Did I miss a page somewhere?
I know.
So you're doing it for free.
Yeah.
I don't understand either, but this is what I've been hearing from, and I've heard this from
I
people.
haven't seen the contribution.
I'm not gonna, so I don't know. And that's so you guys understand, so I don't want you to be, if it happens, I don't want you to be like, I never told you, but you know, hopefully it won't, I'm praying.
My feelings won't be hurt.
Yeah. But I think we have a lot to offer, and I think we can. we
Yeah,
can
and
be
I
the-
think we're coming.
As
up with a very nice
educators,
group, and
Many of us are
we're all
educators and parents
educators,
and our parents involved, I think we have a lot to offer, so I hope
Yeah.
not, I would think that they would like to hear.
I would think they would need.
So you're gonna have to do a good job the next Tuesday. no question.
No pressure, well, you're welcome to come talk with me.
I always go up there and talk, but it's on different things.
Oh, well, this might be
Yeah.
something you might wanna talk about, make sure.
No, that's it.
Mine is a double whammy,
Yeah.
because I was appointed by Manny Sid. Oh my gosh, so it's hilarious.
Wow.
No, I'm just putting that out there, so
Mhm.
hopefully we'll all make it positive. Next, I'm gonna move on to the next item, new business. So the council meeting, I think we kind of talked a little bit about this, the council meeting on the 29th. I will be there with Alicia. Thank you for coming with me. And if anybody else wants to come, you're more, and Haley will be there as well. We'll talk about the new, thank you, Claudia.
I'm always there.
Thank you, we appreciate you. And then that way we can be a united front and kind of.
Can I,
Yeah.
represent one of you make a motion just to accept the memo, the report to council, just so I have. the
Oh,
actions.
yes, I'm sorry. Okay. I can't be the one to do it, or, I motion, no, a motion for the report to council on page 17, if you haven't looked at it, this says our names, the membership roster, like who we are, who appointed us, the budget, that money, it's, it's, I always give us.
Yeah, that was the money that was.
It's already, yeah, spent, and then here are our initiatives, our main event is again, the awards of excellence at the end of the year, but everything else that we give money to. And then now the only new thing we're kind of adding for this year is the spelling bee, that's our new initiative that they've never done before. So we'll talk about that at the event, is there anything you guys want to add to this or take away?
Because I know one of the questions that, I mean, I would have this question if I was sitting up on that council.
Mhm.
Well, what's the total of all these numbers?
Oh, we can add it.
Add a total amount?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
If you can amend it to add a total line, that would be great.
Under books
Yeah.
inventory, a total amount
that require a motion?
for that to be. added?
Just make a motion to approve with the amendment that.
Okay, anything else before I do the
Yes,
motion?
I do have one more.
Yes.
Do we have, I don't see the line item for, or the miscellaneous you said is in events?
So you guys normally, if you just for reference, if you turn to page 18, this is your brand new
Okay.
budget. But these are your line items that you guys have on your committee.
Okay,
I just kind of help break down under events, what was
Okay.
spent last year in detail.
okay,
That's why you see more line items there. than-
okay. So but within that is embedded like any miscellaneous kind of, or do we not have any
You
miscellaneous
guys
line
don't
anymore?
know.
Okay, then we're fine. Okay, then just I guess the total line, just for clarity.
So
The
then,
total. That's easy, I'll just-
Is there anything else you guys wanna add? This before a motion? Okay, so I'm gonna motion that we accept the report with the addition of the total amount row being added by aisle. To present on October 29th. Anyone second?
I second.
Okay, everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. On nay, so motion passes. And now we're gonna move on to announcements. Anybody have any important announcements? Well, Leanne, I'm sorry, we didn't get to introduce you because the principals were here, so if you wanna introduce yourself to the board.
So I'm Liani Tano. Run a nonprofit called Mindset Connect, and we're basically about school choice. So out of system education, the homeschooling community. So it's growing very rapidly. And I know that Miami Lakes wanted to get involved with the homeschool communities. So all of these spelling bees, all of these things that happen, the homeschool community just doesn't have access to it a lot of times. So it's just finding opportunities for them to also be a part of it, because again, it's like the fastest growing, part of education right now. And in our 501c3, right next to Matter Lakes, we have a waiting list of 1,000 kids, and it's just like, again, growing and constant. There's 4 different locations that are opening up in August. And it's basically for those who need help with homeschooling. So there's gonna be a point where, for example, if you're not an algebra teacher, and you need help, it's basically a center for you to be able to go and get that help that you need so they can get that high level of education.
I'm sorry, just to ask you, just so I have clarity, is that run by parents or is that just
No, I run it.
teachers, or?
So we have certified teachers who are there, and then the parents basically have like a tuition that they come in and they pay. Just think of tutoring,
Okay.
very much like a tutoring
So it's
program.
tuition based, okay, all right. And you serve, what's the name of the company again?
Mindset Connect,
Okay,
and we are kinder through 12th grade,
and you're located where?
right next to Matter Lakes. And we have another center here, in Miami Lakes as well.
We have 2 centers in mind.
We have 2, yes. The other one is full special needs. So those who cannot function in a regular school, a regular classroom, and they need a personalized, because homeschool is all personalized, but they cannot even handle the small classroom setting to come together. So everything is personalized. They have an RBT with them. So we work with.
Where's
all
that
different
school?
types of
That's the
children.
one in Miami Lakes?
Mhm.
And that's the same name?
Yes, Mindset
Okay.
Connect.
All right.
Where is it on?
So think of where the fire station is. If you go back that way in Commerce Way, it's back there.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, interesting, okay. Is that one also tuition based?
Mhm.
Okay.
Under tuition based. So we don't apply for any type of funding on the state level, but we do have the Senator, Brian Avila. He's coming to Mindset Connect next week. So
Mhm.
hopefully pass a few bills and work on funding for centers like this. So it works for kids who are not great in a school setting, or that they're really gifted, or they might have a delay, but then also just regular children, that parents don't want specifically the system, and they don't want to have like those fire drills or those code reds and those kind of things. So they kind of customize everything per student. Everything is personalized from top to bottom, but we do follow state standards and they get a high school diploma, which most homeschool students don't know that, or they'll get a GED.
Right.
So we make sure that they meet all those standards. We have a 4th grader who's doing dual enrollment, so there's no limitations, and then we have others who were super behind. They got pulled out of the system. They were 2 years behind, and now they're, at the college level. We've had kids who are nonverbal, and then they're fully verbal and like singing solos on stage. So we've seen a lot of success in the past. This is year 4 for us.
Oh,
So
so
we're
how many
babies.
years?
Yeah.
Ages.
Kinder through 12th grade.
Through 12,
Mhm.
but ages, because you do special needs.
So
it's
for,
usually they
in the
get
main
extended time.
campus, right, in the
Mhm.
main campus, we have until 18, seniors. In the special needs facility, as of right now, we're only servicing elementary, beginning, middle school.
Okay, all right.
So, but again, they're all at the elementary level because of their special needs. So their
Okay.
ages might be middle school, but they're,
Right, just I was wondering, because they know that, like I know a population of
Mhm.
students, but they're older. So
we're
you know,
hoping to
normally-
expand to service those who are older.
Okay.
And then another big thing is that homeschoolers don't have a place to do electives.
Mhm.
So we house all the electives. We do everything from coding and robotics to sewing to wood shop, debate, all the things.
Okay. To know.
Mhm.
Are there any, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Are there any other important announcements that anybody else may know?
I have a couple
Yeah.
of things for you guys, just
Mhm.
I wanna make sure to fill you guys in, especially, I know a lot of you are in here.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason that your agenda packet is so big. I know you guys had made the request that you wanted a breakdown of STEM, what they were doing with the STEM money. So the schools provide that, that's part of what your assessment are.
Yeah.
So it's Bob Graham, if I'm not mistaken, Bob Graham.
Well, I'm
and-
page 21, background.
Yeah, 21 and to all the way to 30.
This is all over.
That's all Bob Graham related to the STEM expenses.
One second, come on.
And then page 35 is just, breakdown from 98 through 8, that's what they provided for us.
Officer Almador says he's on his way, he's heading back. I feel bad, like, not waiting for him. I don't wanna end the
Let's
meeting.
pray
because we're
let's
almost-
just all leave.
Yeah.
Just speak it.
I'm gonna call him now and see if because he said he's on his way back, and I told him hurry, because we're almost ending the meeting.
That's
why I don't wanna run.
that coffee. I'll open the door.
The other thing is page 37, so as you guys, well, to be very clear, October is the beginning of your new fiscal year, which is why page 18, I believe it is your budget. You'll see that there's nothing under actual, so we haven't spent any dollars just yet.
Yeah.
But that gives you an idea of the breakdown of the dollars that you have, so I try to attach this every agenda packet, so you guys, are up to date on what your expenses are, how much money you have that. But in that, you'll see that you have the STEM line item and the AP language arts. I know it's not that, but it's coded that way in our system. So, the 10, and then you see here, Friends of the Library is one of your line items for $4,000. So you guys, historically have given $4,000 to the library as like a grant. They give us a breakdown of what they spend that money on every year. So that's your last attachment and your.
It's the Miami Lakes Library.
Yeah, so you know what programs they're working on, what they plan on doing with the $4,000. That's backup for you guys. And the other thing is the imagination library, the value part in the library. Yeah. So I also attach the invoice to this every month. So this is October and November. You'll see how many books are being sent out for each group, for each age group, and how much it's costing you guys. To fill you in on that, I know there was concern because the program keeps growing and it's kind of like an all or nothing thing. There is no like capping it. We tried having that plus with them and they were like, no, you have to fund it or you don't. So based on the estimates of what it's looking like, your funding is not enough to cover it. Is kind of where we're at. For that reason, the committee had requested additional funding going into this new fiscal year. You guys were not given additional funding. So just something to keep in mind. I don't know how we're gonna handle it. I'm gonna check if there's still a remaining credit. I know there was a remaining credit last year, which is kind of what saved you guys. I don't know about this year.
Yeah, I mean, the sad reality is everything inflation based is costing a lot more. And, people have made cuts at home and government has to make cuts as well. That's the reality of it. So
And in addition,
Gotta
the
figure it out.
program has also grown in terms of numbers. So
Right.
yeah, the cost.
We have a
and then
larger
more
population.
kids have, yeah. If you see, and you see it in the breakdown, like month to month, you'll see
Right.
like from October to November, there was an increase in a certain age group as well. So. I don't know, I guess something for you guys to keep in mind. I think as of this year, you're already, in the program. I'm sure we'll find, where to pull it from, but I don't know. I don't know how this,
So we're already.
I don't know what the next step is here. I just wanted to make.
So we're promised for this year to do it.
Well, for this year, yeah, people are already signed up. And
In the
we cut the $4,000 check, we cut it right now from them. So right now, it still hasn't been spent from your line item, but I'm getting ready to process that check request and send out that money.
sorry, I have a question. So, based on the numbers you're seeing, we're at 4,000 now. What
You
do you
guys
think we
look
would
like you'll
need?
be. We were estimating when we did it, like that you were gonna need probably 5,000 rather than the 4.
That makes sense. Everything's
Yeah.
costing more. It is what it is.
Like you guys would run out of that money, that 4,000 would probably only last you till I think like March. Based on what the numbers are looking like, right, an estimate.
Last year's budget, did we have anything left over? Or was it every single dollar? spent?
So we're still reconciliating, so I don't have an answer for you right now. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because just, I guess, historical background. I guess during COVID and all that, there was money that was not used for that program in one of these past years. That credit kept rolling over and helping you guys, helping supplement that $4,000 that you've been consistently getting from council. As of last year, though, we were getting close to depleting that credit. And I know you guys, so we're doing the reconciliation to see how much was spent in the fiscal year. But I know it was looking like you were gonna spend over. So what was gonna save you was that credit, but I think at this point,
It's exhausted.
yeah. But that, I don't know 100%, that's why
Right.
I'm waiting for them to do reconciliation. to Give you that.
have to make the decision.
Yeah.
I don't think the council's gonna give more money considering they're strapped for everything else. That's the reality. I mean,
Yeah,
I sit at the meetings every
Or not.
Yeah.
month and there's just not. So we either
Yeah.
decide what we're gonna fund
Yeah,
and
something's
cut or
gotta get you.
something's gonna give. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, we can't, yeah, or I don't know.
That's it.
What is this? What?
That they send the books to the
Yeah.
parents. Yeah, they
Okay.
keep my understanding is that they're nice books and the kids get to keep them.
Mhm.
They build their little library.
It comes in the mail.
Mhm. Up until the age of 5. Mhm.
And we've been doing this for how long in the town?
Ever.
Forever.
But it's all.
So we can get.
I always
get
thought it
somebody
was
to
the
donate.
Dollywood Foundation that was paying for it. My kids got it.
There's a,
I didn't know.
Match.
that
No,
was
it's
it.
taxpayer money.
Gavin used
Taxpayer
to
money.
get, so maybe that's what Gavin used to get, that they used to get like a book, like you sign them up through the library,
that's it.
that's it.
And the taxpayers are paying for it.
Yeah.
So can we get, but we can get donations or we can get money from, we can get
You
money
guys
from
can accept
somebody, a
sponsorships.
sponsorship.
So what would you
So we'd
give-
have to get $1,000 sponsorship, right?
But my whole thing is, I don't know how that would work, because
Yeah.
when I think of sponsorship, I think you're giving somebody something to a sponsor, and you can't promise to sponsor anything, because it's not your program.
You would have to pull $1,000 from another line item, add it on to that and
Get sponsorship for the other
sponsorship,
item, yeah.
so.
I'm gonna talk to staff about it once we have it reconciled, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Cause I know there's always questions related to this program with the committee, and especially that you guys are new, just so you know that, you know, that's where a lot of your funding goes to.
Yeah, because they're not gonna sponsor it, you're right, because what's in it for them? Nothing.
The awards of excellence, is that all donations or is that also being funded directly from the
So
budget?
you guys were given $1,000 for that last year, for under your event line item, but
doesn't
you
even begin to
guys,
cover.
yeah, that doesn't do anything, because the Awards of Excellence, you guys really just raise a lot of money
Money
through
for it.
sponsorships.
Which we have to start.
Which is why you were able to spend so much in that event to begin with.
Yeah, actually, I just saw the Dolly Parton amount here, 5,111.
Again, that's a estimate, because we're still reconciling, but that's what it was.
Because if we
Okay.
give our 1,000 that we have for awards of excellence, we give it
You have
over to
nothing.
this, so we have nothing.
You have no
guarantee.
state funding,
And we
yeah.
have no guarantee, but we know that $1,000 isn't gonna, I mean, it does something, but it doesn't begin to cover that.
Yeah, that's at the point where you have to start to pick and choose.
Uh-huh. So we'll have to make the decision when, like.
I'll
once-
keep an eye on it. I attach
next
the
week.
invoices every agenda. item. I attach the budget and I attach
So
the
next meeting
invoices of this, so you know where we're at.
Well, but we're already on the boat this year, we can't get off, we're stuck.
Yeah, I don't even know how that works, to be
Oh.
honest. So it's a lot of.
Find-
up in
yeah,
the air.
find
I
out
just
what
wanted
we
to
can-
inform you guys, so
Yeah,
you know.
or we can get out of it if we need to get out of it or how that works, okay. So before we wrap up, we're gonna have Officer Amador talk to us, he wanted to talk to us. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, come closer. Come closer.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Debates are like.
Yes, yes.
A lot of gear there. It's like, you know.
On me. No, the thing was that, some things came up in reference to Bob Graham. That I wanted to mostly put on record and just in case people are watching the meeting, they can come back and see it. We had a meeting, last month in reference to all the traffic complaints. And a lot of things were talked about during the meeting. And what has happened is after that, I've talked to people and everybody kind of like tells me the same thing. Oh, what if we do this? What if we do that? And I was like, wow, we talked about all that in the meeting, but there was only a few people that were in the meeting. And so it wasn't, people came from downtown and all that, but it wasn't a televised meeting or anything like that. So a few things that were talked about were, people have been saying that, why don't they allow the cars inside the school earlier? And the reasoning for that is, I think all the cars would fit inside and that would alleviate the traffic. But they told us that what ends up happening is there's a certain amount of time where they can allow the cars inside the school. And you know.
So it becomes a safety to life issue when you have cars sitting in that loop for an extended period of time based on the time that they want to get there. They want to get there an hour in advance. You cannot have these cars sitting there for an hour. We don't know who's in the cars and it becomes a safety to life issue. Is really what it is. So
And I'm pretty sure they told you about it, but like first grade, like in the big building, first grade get out at 1:30, special needs get out at 2:30, then everybody else is at 3.
There
But
you
it's
go.
not like you can let people in. because of that.
Yeah, they'll block.
Yeah.
Block. But it's like, it's the same thing over and over, I get to, and then what I tell everybody is, look, if you have I mean, a lot of things have been addressed, but if you want to be heard, 100%, I'm not the person to talk to because I'm one person, and actually, a lot of the times what you're saying, I've already addressed too. Come to a council meeting and talking public comments, because a lot of times they tell me, I don't feel like I've been heard. Well, there you're gonna be heard 100%, regardless of if you talk to me or somebody else. There is the place that you're gonna get your comments heard. Another thing that I'm just mentioning things that I've been told many times. That's why I want to talk here. The field. Why don't they do construction on the field? Why don't they allow all the cars on the field? That was talked about. There's a drainage project that concentrates on the field. So the school was built so that it's a self-contained school. Whenever it rains, the water doesn't come and spill out into Royal Oaks. It stays on the field. So the field is the way that it is. And a little bit of stuff here and there, but it's all basically, those two are like the main things that people have been talking about. Why don't those things become allowed? And they were talked about. And then some of the residents that were there talked about the guardhouse. And in the end, we were able to modify a little bit of what we were doing to accommodate a little bit better, because obviously everybody has a point. When they come out, they do have a point. And we were able to modify just a little bit to help out with that. But everything else pretty much has been tried and true. We have 5 officers at that school every day.
How many officers do you have on the street at that point in time? Are all 5 allocated there pretty much?
There's 2 per contract that are supposed to be there in the
Okay.
afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
The other 3 are traffic units that are plucked from somewhere else to be thrown at the school.
To be put there.
Correct.
And there's a
Interesting.
school resource officer too. That's not including the school resource officer?
That is not including the school resource.
So 6 officers there.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a circle, it's a bottleneck. There's only so much that unfortunately can possibly be done.
And at the end, it takes 15 minutes. I know it's stressful, but sometimes you gotta plan for that. I don't know,
Yes.
that's my point of view.
2 things that are bottom line. One is the amount of cars we're pushing through. And we're talking about more than 1,000 cars that are being moved. And they're being moved in about 20 minutes. Because by 3:15, the gates are closing again. So it's not that we're there for 2 hours trying to move these cars. In 15 minutes, that to me, that's pretty good.
I was a Bob's grandparent, it's not that bad.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, really, I think all schools have this issue.
It is.
Because it's not exclusive to my
Right,
grandson.
it's not as well. I don't leave my school. And I don't have residential, I have commercial right in front of Miami Lakes Educational Center. And I know you have, everyone's leaving at the same time at 2:20. Everybody's gonna, gets back, okay, I'll wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it's clear. All right, time to go, okay? And then, not that I ever do, but, in my
Yeah.
imaginary mind.
Yeah,
I think I do.
We all have after school.
Yeah. So, but the reality is, if I've had to leave, it's gone in 15, 20 minutes.
Right. I think
That's
where
everywhere.
Bob Graham is at makes it a little bit more difficult,
Yeah.
because it's only like one way in, one way out.
Well, and the guardhouse does like that.
Yeah, and we had, 7-9, the cars used to park on the grass. And then there was a complaint about the grass. And there are signs there, so unfortunately, because of the complaint, the signs have to be met. So what ended up happening was the cars now that were there, so we had a very small issue before everything turned into a big problem. Because all those cars moved into Royal Oaks and moved into Winn-Dixie Shopping Plaza. So now they're all over the place. When we had them there confined to just on the grass, we had very small issues. Sometimes they blocked the sidewalk sometimes and we
Yeah,
addressed.
sometimes, I remember that we had a couple of issues
Mhm.
where the parents, because, I don't want to wait, will pull this U-turn and almost took out a couple of kids because they want to be the first ones out. So that was also one of the reasons that those signs went up, because it became an issue with people just pulling the Miami maneuvers, because there's no other way to say it,
Yeah.
And it became dangerous, so you had to unfortunately try to streamline the flow of traffic in the hope that people would understand that.
Mhm.
But, everybody, you want to get in, you gotta get out. I mean, we wait, Miami Lakes traffic, any type of traffic in Miami is horrendous. I work right here and I can't leave. If I leave at 2:20 or 2:30 or 3 o'clock, it still take me 45 minutes to get home. I'm right here. 45 minutes to get home. I could drive to the beach, sit down at a restaurant, you know, order food in half an hour. Okay, instead of driving home. So it just, it is what it is. It's the traffic. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent. Let me just.
I'm sorry, this meeting about traffic was held where at the school?
At the school itself, yeah.
And it was a meeting with the parents and the school officials and.
Some parents, school official, and downtown
Are you told them
personnel
that they can come here to the town council meetings is what you said, or to these meetings? I'm sorry, I didn't.
to the council meeting.
The council meetings and
Yeah.
then they can be heard there.
Yeah,
But you did explain to them those two things that you're saying here. You just want to reiterate it in case anybody's listening, why they cannot be
Yeah, we
parked out
talked-
there for
right,
longer.
we talked about a bunch of things there, but it would,
Those
what ended
two,
up happening to that, I kept hearing the same thing. Those two are the main ones.
the main ones, yeah.
So-
They cannot park outside the school in the loop for too long a period of time, and they cannot park on the grass because they need it for drainage. That's it.
See, the grass thing is inside the school.
Yeah, it's the field.
The field, yeah,
Right.
the 79th one.
Not to mention it's also the field that they
Yeah.
play in. you know?
Right, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
You're gonna destroy it.
You can't do that either.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
If I can say something, I think sometimes I work there, but also as a parent, what bothers me the most is that people are so rude. And I have seen parents that they're so rude to the teachers, and I think that people get upset because of that more than being in traffic. So I cannot believe how rude people are. It just,
It is a big, sometimes it's the driver behavior.
it is, yeah. I think that's what bothers them more than waiting for 15 minutes, that somebody comes and just jump in front of you every time.
The officer there is giving citations inside the school for speeding, inside the school.
Yeah.
And we're like, wow, I mean, people are flying through
That's what I'm
and
saying,
just
when they
flying
get that
in the
person.
school.
That
Almost
they
took a
want
few
people
kids
there
out.
because
That's
they-
why they had to go.
That is
What's wrong with people?
Anyway.
Is there anything else, officer?
No.
Thank
If
you,
there's any
no, thank you
questions
for coming to talk to us about that issue and hopefully some.
When is the
parents are
helipad
listening.
coming? Only solution.
Okay, with that, any other important announcements before we adjourn? No, okay, so with that, I call the meeting to, I motion to adjourn the
Adjourn.
meeting, sorry, at 5:21 PM. Give me a second.
Second.
Thank you, ladies, and we'll see you next month. So we have our regularly scheduled one in November, November, Monday.